Kindergarten, I need your help to help me crack the code. Do you think you could help me crack a code? I need 4 numbers for these boxes. Can you see there are 4 boxes? I need a number to go in each box, but I don't know what those numbers are yet. I need you to help me with that. I'm going to give you some clues using a Rekenrek. You're going to listen to the clues and discover what the number is, and then you're going to write it into the box that we're talking about together. Once we get to the end, we should have a number in each of the 4 boxes. And I hope it's right, because that's going to help us crack into our pretend safe today. Here's our pretend safe, but we need the code to get into it. Our code has 4 numbers. I have the clues for those 4 numbers, but I need your help to help me crack that code and find out what those numbers are. You'll need to listen carefully. You might need something to use as your Rekenrek, like some counters or blocks in different colours. You might have beads on a pipe cleaner, or you might have a Rekenrek with you. Once you know what the number is, you'll record it. Hopefully at the end you're right, so we can get into our safe together. This will be a fun activity for us to do together as we finish our work with Rekenreks. Help me crack the code, kindergarten. You need 4 boxes or squares drawn on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, and you need that in front of you for today's activity. You get those things organised, and then we'll work together to crack the code. The first clue I have here, kindergarten, says I need all of the beads in the start position. If you have a Rekenrek, or you're using something as a Rekenrek today, make sure you have all yours in the start position so we get this number right. And then it says move 2 of the top red beads to the left. And then move 2 of the bottom red beads to the left. What number is that? 2 top beads to the left and 2 bottom beads to the left. Did you figure out what it is? I hope so. If that number makes sense to you, write it down in the first box, because that's our first number in our code. Now I'm going to go to the next clue. Okay, it tells me to put all the beads back to the start position. So make sure you do that, kindergarten. I'll read the clue and you figure out what the number is. This one's a bit trickier. It says to move 8 of the top beads to the left, but that's not the end of this clue. Listen carefully. Move 8 beads on the top rung all the way to the left. So you could think the next number is number 8, but that's not the end of this clue. It says how many beads are left behind on the right. So if I'm on the top rung and I move 8 beads over to the left, how many beads are left on the right on that top rung? Do you know what it is? I hope so. That's the second clue. Now we need to figure out what the third digit is, though. You've got 2 numbers already done. We need to find out what this third number is in our code. Okay, are you ready? This one says move all the beads back to the start position. And then it says move 5 red beads across to the left and add 1 more white bead. 5 and 1 more. Well, I know that's smaller parts of 6. Did you get 6? I think that one's 6. In the third box, it must be the number 6. We're up to the last clue. Are you ready? I hope we've got this right. Okay. Move all the beads over to the right, back to the start position. And now we need to do this last clue together. This clue says move 5 red beads to the left. And then it says how many white beads are left on the top right rung. So you had them all in the start position and you moved 5 red beads over to the left. How many white beads were left on the right? That's the number that needs to go in the 4th box. We've used 4 different clues to find out 4 numbers for our code. I'll get my Rekenrek ready and we'll quickly go through and figure out if we have the right code and the same code before we try and crack this safe open. Okay, the first clue was moving 2 red beads to the left and 2 more red beads underneath to the left. Oh, I see. So the first digit should be 4. Did you write down number 4 in the first box? That's what I got. That's the first number in our code. Let's find out if we got the same number on the second one. The second clue was move 8 beads across to the left. Now, I know 8 is 5 red beads and 3 more white beads. I've moved 8 across. And then it said how many white beads were left on the right. There are 2 white beads left on the right, so it must be the number 2. 2 should be the second number in our code. 4, then 2. Do you have that? Let's go on to the third clue. I'm moving all the beads back to the start position like it tells me to. This one told us to move 5 red beads to the left and 1 more white bead. What do we have? 5 and 1 more. 5 red beads and 1 white bead. I know that. Those are smaller parts of 6. So 6 should be our third number in our code. Now we're up to the last number in our code. Are you ready? All of the beads are going to go back to the start position. Let's work through the last clue and see if we get the same number. I wonder if I get the same thing as what you had. I wonder if we've cracked the code. Okay, are you ready? The last clue in our code says, move 5 red beads to the left and how many white beads are left on the top right rung. I moved 5 red beads away to the left and that leaves 5 white beads up the top. So it must be the number 5 in the last box. That means my 4-digit code to crack the code should be 4, 2, 6, 5. Is that what you got? Okay, I'm going to try and crack the code. Are you ready? Let's see if we got it right, kindergarten. We think the code is 4, 2, 6, 5. I'm nervous. Let's see if we got it right. We did! 4, 2, 6, 5. We are very good at using our Rekenreks, kindergarten. The code was 4, 2, 6, 5. If you got that right, well done. You might be able to play this game, crack the code with somebody else at your place. Give them some clues using a Rekenrek, or get them to give you some clues. You might be able to crack another code. Well done with all of your work using a Rekenrek, kindergarten. What a fun mathematical tool. I hope you get to revisit it again sometime.